Hey guys, taking a break from editing the Starfield review. Yes, it's still coming. To check out the recent Invincible actual season trailer came out. There was a teaser trailer, but I wanted to wait for the real one because this series had inspired me when season 1 came out. I freaking love Invincible and inspired me to go pick up the compendiums. I got 2 downstairs. I got 3 on order. This is an amazing comic series, and I am a huge fan, and I want this show to do well. And it is doing well because it was an amazing season 1, at least in my opinion. I freaking love the characters, Mark and Omni-Man and everybody. So let's check out the Season 2 trailer and see exactly what are they cramming in here. How are they continuing it? Let's find out together, shall we? 3, 2, 1, go.
We all remember that day. For some,
Okay, so talking about the day where his father kicked his ass. Revealed himself to be a villain.
What if that happens? What if
He's worried about
and I don't even know it?
becoming his father.
I can save lives.
Wants to be on the front lines.
You're
Put me in, coach.
You're not ready.
Then we have this sort of league of anti-Viltrumite races. What? No!
She's the worst.
You are too good for her, Mark. Ugh. Can't wait till they get rid of Amber. Twins are back. It's like different timelines.
You have no idea how much I wanted you to say that.
Okay. Go. Okay, so
Backhanded.
Seismic Dude is back.
Make him pay for what he did to your world.
Okay. Yeah. Multiverse saga. The cannon dude that he beat up in the... I think she beat him up too. What the... Going against Immortal.
So arrogant, just like your father.
People of Earth, the more you resist, the worse this gets.
Ah.
And if you think you can stop us,
Okay.
don't forget, I'm
Invincible.
It's got to be a flash into a different
Evil.
dimension
Yes,
because
that's
that's
exactly
no.
what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, also they did hint at, the shapeshifter, so maybe that's the shapeshifter doing that. But I know a little bit more because I've read
Just a
through
little
this,
bit,
so I'm
that's a
going
lot.
to I'm going to pretend I don't know. And it's very tempting, to go on to 2 and 3. But honestly, great trailer. It looks interesting. Now, I am sad at the lack of Omni-Man. Did I see?
I was going to say that.
Yeah, did I see like a black hole and somebody floating next to it? Or was that the teaser trailer? Obviously, Omni-Man is going through some shit. You know what I mean? He flew away. Obviously still loves his son. Eventually, potentially, there is an arc in here that I'll only call I don't even want to call it the arc that it's called, but maybe. But I don't. But it's not. I don't think it's now. I think there is some potential to have Omni-Man in, and I know Omni-Man is everybody's favorite, but I think Invincible as a story can still do well without his presence. What did y'all think? What did you think?
I really liked Invincible season 1. So I mean, we don't have a storyline really for what's going to be happening. It's just they're kind of just flashing that there's going to be other stuff coming on.
Yeah, they're really not showing much here.
Yeah.
Other than friggin' Amber, get her out of here. This is the one thing that they handled so poorly. What does he say? You're too good for me. It's like,
Yeah.
the entire fan base is like, no, she's not.
Yeah. I mean, her episodes were bad. And I think it's the only reason I'm going to give the series probably a 10 is because of how poorly they handled so much of her shit. But I don't know. I think they did such a good job with season 1 that I'm excited based on what they did. This trailer itself, we're trying to judge the trailer on its own. It's a fine trailer, but nothing's like, oh my god, I have to see this. Other than I already
Based off the first season, I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be amazing. Will we ever get the answer of who the real clone is? Those twins.
So, oh yeah, I don't.
You gotta know.
I'm the real-
It don't matter at this
No,
point.
when you figure it
So
out.
these two are fighting each other. This is interesting. Obviously, he hates Viltrumites, and Omni-Man's son is one, Mark is one, so he's going after him. Is this obviously he fights for humanity? Maybe this is them training and fighting and stuff. So I don't know who is going to be the villain. This guy. Without giving away too many spoilers, there's a saga here that has to do kind of with multiverses a little bit. And I know some people might be tired of multiverses because, all the recent multiverses, but they said, and actually what's interesting is the producer and director knew about this, and they're like, don't worry, we are, although we're doing the comics, we're going to, it won't be the exact same multiverse stuff that you've seen before. So he's going to try to do it in a...
It was honestly getting burnt out.
Yes. Honestly, me too. But they're going to do it in a unique way. But obviously here, these stories were told years ago, when this was before it blew up. So you have a potentially evil version of Immortal or Invincible. Is he... is this Mark? Does he give in to, his father's wishes? Is this a shapeshifter? Is this a dream? It looks real. It kind of looks like Mark right here, but I guess that could be anybody.
It's Mork.
But yeah, get prepared for kind of a little bit of a Mark focus season, a little bit of an Invincible focus season, and the Omni-Man thing. Eventually, he does come back, okay? So, I want this season and to do well so that we can get multiple seasons. How many seasons do you think we need to wrap up Invincible? And I think the producers actually already talked about it. They wanted to go from between 5 to 7 seasons. And knowing what happens here and in the collection 2, I don't know what happens in collection 3, but I do think you need 7. I think maybe even 8. So I want the show to do well, and I think that the material that they're about to cover here is interesting enough. After seeing the trailer, though, I don't know if it's getting normies excited, or I don't want to say normies, just people who haven't delved into it, Is it an exciting enough trailer without Omni-Man? I think that's a big miss, and people are like, I'm not going to go watch it.
Where is he?
But know that it is exciting, and it is worth watching, and I think they're going to do well. So,
Yes.
Yeah, and I just know that we won't have to deal with Amber for a whole lot longer if you know what's happening. Okay.
I do not, but thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, we won't. I think it'll be resolved in a satisfying way. Okay, you don't know what happens, but I think it will be. I think it'll be what you want. But yeah, so like I was saying, I think at this point though, if you don't want any kind of light spoilers, then kind of turn off now. But I'm not going to put full spoilers. I am going to talk about what I think the series is going to cover. So from this point, okay, ready? Thank you. Bye. Okay, if you're still here, going through, let me see if I can get these specific images so we can see what's happening. Okay, so I think this is obviously going to blow up. This is a coalition of planets that are anti-Viltrumites, anti-Omni-Man forces, and they did this big trailer with this character here, Peter Cullen's character. And this guy is essentially a Viltrumite that is the first to rebel. So he's a good guy, and he actually helps to found this coalition against them. And so this kind of sets that up with more this particular storyline, though, which I think is probably going to be done in 2 parts. This is like the multiverse kind of part where this guy is in charge and you have this as your villain. And then I think even here you see him later on different with a hood, and it looks like he's stranding Mark somewhere, and he's like, go ahead and do what you want with him, and that'll probably be part 2. So mostly this multiversal thing, while in the background setting up the Viltrumite invasion and coalition versus that, and then maybe at the very end we'll see some Omni-Man stuff. But and I hope they conclude Amber in season 2.
Just gets hit by a bus.
Yeah. So and then that way, no more complaints, and we can go on to season 3 and 4, and everything is doing well. But like I said, great series. I do highly recommend you go out and get the comic books. I understand though if you don't want to spoil it for yourself, but it is definitely a award-winning series. In fact, Eisner nominated series. But yeah, so that's it. Thank you guys. I just feel could say so much more, but I don't want to spoil it. I just decided now. Let's let people who haven't dive into it together. So we will be reviewing it. Comes out November 3rd. The first 4 episodes in November 3rd, and then the rest with that format. What do you think about that release schedule?
It's better.
Better.
I mean, it's like Netflix. It's the way that they were doing it for a while. I think it works a little bit better.
Everyone's adapting to that, I guess.
Yeah, well, except
I think
Disney.
it's not everybody, Joe. I think it's
sorry.
better than releasing it in that other way. But there's 10 episodes total. It looks like. Oh no! In fact, the first half of the season premiere November 3rd. And then the later half is to debut in sometime in early 24. So it's not like a weekly thing. I thought it was going to be a weekly thing, right? But no, we're going to get a bulk of 4 in front, and then probably the rest, probably 6. I'm estimating 10. You know, well, the first season was only 8, so it could just be another 4. Could just be 8 episode seasons. There was also like a smaller, shorter special. But all right, so that's how I think they're going to release it. And yeah, so tell us, you excited for Invincible season 2? What do you think? And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.